Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at 3 upcoming zombie survival games. The amazing looking Ill, which looks incredible if they can pull it off. The footage that's already out looks unbelievable, and maybe it is. We know that Dead Matter's planned to release this year, so we'll be looking at that. We're also going to be taking a look at the latest video from the day before, which features vehicles, looking something like out of Mud Runner. Plus we'll have one additional bonus game at the end. Just before we go ahead with the video, please smash that like button as it really helps. Right, let's do this. So up first, we have the amazing looking Ill from Clout Games. It's easy to get carried away with just how incredible this looks. Everyone that's seen the video seems to be awestruck by it. But the thing to remember is that this is not a game yet, and none of what you're seeing is gameplay. It's purely a concept video of what they want the game to be like. Of what we can see though, it looks incredible. The lighting and mood looks like it could be something from a AAA title. The eerily dark and claustrophobic corridors and the slow shuffling zombies. I'm not sure why some of them have oversized heads though, it reminds me of the big head thing from GoldenEye. Now the Russian developers have made a couple of mobile games previously, but this is their first attempt at making a proper game. They have however released lots of FMV videos showcasing the talents, which is exactly what Ill currently is. It's a concept of what could be. They're looking to raise money via Patreon to go into full development on the game. I'll add a link in the description for that if anyone's interested. They already have nearly 1,000 backers, so they have money there for at least one person to be working on this full time. And they released a statement on Twitter 2 days ago saying that even though they've been quiet, the game is definitely going to be happening. They're promising that the game will not have an overcomplicated plot. It's going to be a simple to understand zombie survival game with shocking discoveries to be made by the player. They'll be focusing on advanced physics with interactive environments, active ragdoll dismemberment, which is shown in the clips, and real-time zombie body transformations. If they can pull that off, specifically shooting off limbs shown in the video, it'll be a step up for the genre, but that's a big if. The thing that concerns me with this one is that it's all F&V at the moment, and nothing more than just smoke and mirrors. Now they say on Patreon that the money they receive they'll be using to try to secure more investment, with the long-term goals being to expand the team, which currently consists of 4 people, 3 mobile developers, and a horror artist, and then eventually they want to be able to work on the game full-time. Problem is, all that's a big if. If it's to become reality, it'll be a long time before we see a release or even any gameplay footage. But for the moment, as a concept, it's really impressive. The question is, can 3 guys who make pay-to-win mobile games and a horror artist who specialises in F&V videos pull it all off? Dead Matter have now announced that they're going to release the game this year. They originally got funding for the game on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, successfully raising over 2 million Canadian dollars. Dead Matter is a zombie survival roguelite, set in Post Apocalyptic Alberta in Canada. The team state that they're aiming to quench the community's thirst for a game that will properly balance survival mechanics with fulfilling gameplay. That's not going to be an easy task, and there are a lot of games out there within the zombie genre, all attempting to do the same. They promise that the game will have a massive map full of vehicles to explore with, 0 pay-to-win features, full modding support including Steam Workshop, and you're going to be able to survive the apocalypse by hunting, farming or camping. Almost any building can be used as a safe house. They're aiming for the capability to reinforce all houses in the future. What they describe as Tier 0 is the ability to close curtains to stop zombies from seeing you, though if you stood behind the curtains with the light on, people will be able to see your shadow. The way to fix this is to glue old newspapers to the window or board them up entirely. This is the part of the game I'm most interested to see, how far you'll be able to go when securing houses, and how can people counteract that if they want to get in. In the latest dev video, they say that you can disassemble and reuse all furniture in the game. I'm assuming that you can harvest wood from furniture or that sort of thing. The dev says that the idea is that the houses will only remain yours for as long as you can defend it. You're going to be able to compete with or assist other survivors to recover rare gear, or work towards uncovering the mystery surrounding the region, though if it's like all other zombie games, you'll be able to slaughter everyone you see and steal the stuff. That's probably a better description. There'll be the ability to hunt, kill and skin animals for the fur and meat, and you're going to be able to farm as well to ensure you have plenty of food. A big thing they claim, though I'm not sure how they're going to implement it. They say that over time the world will decay, fences will collapse and create openings as the wood rots, buildings will decay as well and become cold when the power fails. Now initially they only started with a small team, but they now have over 20 people working on the game, so they're making a lot of progress and quickly. You can see this beginning to pay off in the actual dev blogs themselves. In the most recent blog, they've now implemented a complete weather system, which changes dependent on the seasons. There are already lots of guns in the game, and they seem to have put a lot of time into getting the animations and the models for these looking really good. It's probably the thing that stands out the most in the game, the quality of both the animations and the models. A lot of other things seem to show placeholders where proper textures are going to be added later, but with the weapons they all look like the finished article. With the guns, the idea is that you'll encounter the usual civilian weapons you could expect to find, so double barrel shotguns, hunting rifles, things like that. But they've also shown loads of tricked out ARs, AKs, P90s, and other assorted military grade weapons. When you loot houses, it's a similar system to Tarkov. You open a drawer in the kitchen, then you have to wait a moment before the contents of the drawer actually show up. Unlike DayZ, it appears like there is actually loot in the game as well. Another good feature, while looting a house or a store, you may find a key that will give you access to a vehicle that's parked outside, which can have special loot inside it. This is shown again in the latest dev blog, with the player finding an AR and a Glock inside a car parked outside a gas station. Now with this game, they're stating that it's going to be released this year. Personally, I think releasing it this year is either going to be a big risk or a mistake, because
because looking through all the videos, the game just doesn't look complete yet. The UI is probably the most standout thing. It just doesn't look finished at all. The zombie animations are very wooden as well for now. And in the one instance where you actually see PvP, as the player dies, his body falls awkwardly on the ground, then all of a sudden it rubber bands back down the road about 6 meters. Now, if they can get it finished how they want to, it could be a great game, but releasing it too early with promises for what's to come in the future would be a mistake. There are plenty of other zombie games out there that have all made false promises already. Next up, we have The Day Before. Now, this game appeared out of nowhere with an incredible trailer that makes it look like a cross between The Last of Us and The Division. It says that this is in-gameplay footage and it looks phenomenal, but I ain't getting on this hype train. There's something wrong here, but I'm not sure what. For starters, the developers have only ever produced mobile games till now, and nothing that looked anywhere near the quality of what they're shown in this trailer. So I decided to start googling things, and I hit upon the Instagram of the founder of Fantastic Games. They're the people that are developing the game. He only has 3 photos, one of himself, one's a mashup of 4 photos, and it gives the impression that Mila Jovovich from Resident Evil fame, and J.K. Simmons, who's also a famous actor as well, are in some sort of video call with the developer and his brother. But it just strikes me as fake. Now, I've tried googling both of them, Mila Jovovich and J.K. Simmons, and I can find nothing linking them to this game, so it's just a weird photo. And the third photo on this guy's Instagram is of the 2 brothers standing with a random politician who's in charge of a region in Siberia. The guy's Wikipedia profile shows that he's a boss at winning elections, raking in dictator-style percentages whenever he hits the polls. Now, this may seem a bit far-fetched, but if Mila Jovovich or J.K. Simmons were involved with the game, you'd have heard their voices in the trailer for sure, and there would have been credits as well to show this, just for the extra gravitas have been associated with them. As for the photo with the random region leader from Siberia, now you should know that Russia is not your average democracy, so this guy's probably involved in funding, or something, with money that comes from God knows where. My other gripe is the scene where the player is in the store, and when he's shooting he pans left while aiming. The sight moves in pretty much a straight line. This is not someone playing with a mouse or a controller, the movement's not right. You wouldn't move in a perfect straight line like he does. I'm not buying that this is actually gameplay footage. I think we're being lied to. For a start, they introduce the scene as though it's other people playing online, but the scene actually plays out like it's part of a single-player campaign. You've got the voiceovers for the guys as they're coming through the door. That's not someone talking online. It's like a single-player campaign. I just think it's all a lie. Something's fishy and I don't like it. Though I could be wrong. This game's come out of nowhere though, so where's the funding come from? Where's the expertise to make it come from? Look at it, enjoy it by all means, but for me, I wouldn't get involved in any pre-ordering this thing, or get involved in any Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaigns that may appear off the back of it. Now, for the bonus game, we've got 6 Days in Fallujah. This game was due to come out about a decade ago. It was first mentioned around 2009, but due to the uproar from the public, it was shelved until now. It's now back in development, and this time the developers are aiming to release it come what may. The game draws heavily on the experience of actual veterans. In making the game, they've spoken to more than 100 Marines and soldiers who were actually there and fought in the battle. They've also spoken to over 20 Iraqi civilians from Fallujah itself, and the aim of the developers is to make an accurate representation of what the battle and the combat was actually like. From the early gameplay that's been released to IGN, it looks to be based on squad combat. You'll need to order your squad to take actions, suppress a target that you designate, or form up on a door to a house and then breach and clear it on your command. It looks impressive graphics wise, and the fact that they concentrate on the story being told from actual veterans is very compelling, but the videos up to now show very little as to how the game will actually play or what features we should expect. A lot of the firing in the gameplay video is sort of hip fire and indirect, more to make a cinematic experience rather than a compelling gameplay. Yeah, kicking doors open on dimly lit rooms looks great for a video, but I think we'll need to wait and see the future videos to have an idea what the game will hold. Well, that's it for today. If you're still here, thanks for watching. If you haven't already done it, smash that like button for me. Also, please subscribe and hit the bell for more great videos.